All right, dear friends, I got a little bit of a collection here for you today. First, I'm going to show you a map that shows you the amount of UFO sightings. Now, notice how many are happening in the UK and the US, particularly on the coasts. But you see, this is a global phenomenon. But why are so many concentrated in the United States and United Kingdom? Is it because China has actually reverse engineered UFOs, ET craft, and figured out how they work, and now are kind of flexing and saying, "Guess what, US? We now have the capabilities that you guys probably do too," and they're just showing off. I really don't know, but if these are ARVs, meaning alien reproduction vehicles, which basically is human UFOs created from ET technology, I guarantee you at the same time there are still ET craft around. Why? Because people are still being taken and contacted and receiving messages, telepathic messages from things. I don't think a UFO that's created by us is going to do anything like that. So, again, everything I put out, I ask for your opinion. Obviously, when I'm interviewing guests, that's a whole different story. And speaking of interviewing a guest, I'm going to re release some of the older interviews that you guys probably haven't seen. Or if you did, you caught them in the live stream. But since so few people go to the live streams, I'm just going to give them back to you. So the first one is going to be coming out on the 7th with Preston Dennett with a very, very uh, amazing woman. Has a conscious recall of all her abductions. Okay, now someone sent me, thanks to you guys in the chat, someone sent me this. This is actually uh, brand new footage taken on the day, New Year's Day, January 1st, 2025, in Iceland. Look at this. Now we could add Iceland to a country, to our list of growing countries that are having this phenomenon. Look at that. What the heck is that? I mean, clearly, these Icelandic people seem to be very interested because there's one filming that we're seeing the footage from. Look, there's a person to the left. There's at least two people to the left also doing this. So I would be doing the same thing too, because look, why is one of those going so low, whether it be the ocean? I mean, I think it might be even touching water by now. Wow. You know what? We just saw a UFO turn into a USO, literally. When they are transmedium craft and they could fly in space, in the air, or in the water, obviously that's one of the observables that Lou Elizondo said when I interviewed him, which identifies these UAPs. We just saw one of these things go into the water. Fantastic. Okay. Now, we also have a couple more things I want to show you. And we'll get to something very soon, too, that actually has a gray alien. Again, looking at the window. Now, some of this could be Project Bluebeam. That's why I'd love to know what your opinion is. Is this a legitimate angel in the sky? This doesn't look like it's a cloud, so we're not looking at pareidolia. Is this a flying, humanoid? I don't know. Or is it Project Bluebeam where they want us to think that's the case? Now, this looks like to be a helicopter or a drone going up, but what the heck is that above it? That's the very curious thing about that. Uh, Again, I'd love to know in the comments, what do you guys think this is? Now, there are two of my favorite topics that I always love to cover: crash and retrievals and alien abduction and contacts. Why? Because that is how I believe we're going to get to the answers. If you speak to people who have actually met aliens, they could tell you everything about them: what they look like, what they smell like, what their skin feels like, everything, how they communicate. So I love to hear those stories. And then, of course, the people involved in picking up the crashed craft and the bodies are also people I would love. Now, unfortunately, there's only one person I've interviewed that was in the program officially. That was Clifford Stone. And when I interviewed him, great interview. You could check it out on the live, or I will re-release it. And he said some amazing stuff. But the sad thing is, he passed away not long after. So I wish I'd gotten more interviews with him before he passed away. But that's the problem when you have these old timers that were involved in the programs in the 50s, 60s, 70s. I believe he was in the 60s. I'm going to get past this because this is completely irrelevant. And I'm going to show you now the alien gray looking in the window. Check this sucker out. Now, remember, Stan Romanek, the Boo footage from 2007 shows the same thing, a gray alien popping up and looking at the window. Juanito Juan's footage that I showed you about October 2024, where one is standing by a truck and the other one is ducking and then rising by a wall. Another video that I just recently showed you. And how many times in the last few weeks have I uploaded something with a gray alien by a rock, by a, by a, from the side of a door? These things seem to love to watch us. And I don't know. I do have some of the answers thanks to some of these abductees and other researchers. Apparently, they're very interested in us, the way we handle our emotions and how we have relationships with people, each other, and also the way we have pets. What the hell is this? Isn't this one of the craziest UFO videos ever? I mean, again, they don't have to be aerodynamic if they fly with gravity. This is the peak of the footage today. This is what I wanted you to see. This is the most up close footage of a UFO. I'm going to back it up again, unfortunately, because it's so short, but I think you guys would be interested in seeing that one more time. Look at that. Look at that. What do you guys and gals think about this? Is this CGI? Or are we looking at something real? That's the other terrible thing. We have so many lies coming from the government, but we also have a bunch of people capturing stuff. The question is, when they're capturing something, are they actually? We have to worry about some of them trying to mess with us because remember, I keep telling you, there's no incentive to fake UFOs because you don't get paid. So unless their whole uh, idea of fun is to screw with people by creating fake stuff. So what do you guys think of the last one? Obviously, this is also brand new footage. I believe this was taken, if not the first, maybe the second. The point is, this is all within the last couple days. So I would love for you guys to keep your eyes on the sky. If you capture something like this, use a reference. Okay, this one's, I don't know what you guys think of that, or walking legs. But remember those Fresno, walking, whatever you want to call them. They're like ETs with just a head and legs. Literally, they're the weirdest things ever. They call them the Fresno night crawlers. Look at this behind this chick. You see that on the left? Is that an alien walking there, or is that a ghost? Really, really would love to know what you guys think. That's why I put this one up here. And I'm not sure if there's one after this. If there's not, then I will just get to the last piece of footage I have for you tonight. Yeah, whoa, that kind of looks like it is a gnarly gray. Okay, here is the last footage of you I have for you. Well, really not tonight. For me, it's the afternoon. Okay, check this out. This is actually right by me. I live in LA, Los Angeles County. Burbank is a suburb in Los Angeles. So we're talking something literally 7, 8 miles away from me. So, okay, what is that? What is that? What the heck is that? A flying humanoid? I mean, doesn't look like it could be, I guess, a jellyfish UFO, but we are seeing more of these flying humanoids. I remember there was the case of Rocket Man by LAX, but that was no rocket. I guarantee you that. Well, that's what I have for you now, dear friends. Again, write in the comments what you believe you have recognized. And of course, I'd love to hear your opinions. For those of you who'd like to support me, please send me a super thanks. I could use the support. This pays crap, and I would love to keep pushing this content out for you. And pay attention for some more interviews coming out. With that being said, this is Dr. J, host of Dr. J Radio Live, and I will catch you on the flip side.